Hello, welcome to Halcyon Blink. What are you doing in my house? On this episode I'm going to be looking at a film that I saw on a plane recently. Being enclosed in a compressed area will make you do things sometimes. One of those things was watch a couple of films with regards to things that I hadn't seen and just happened to be on the plane. One of the things that I happened to see, however, was one that I'd reviewed previously, but in a sort of mocking way that I really enjoyed making, just because it tickled me pink. But now that I've had a chance to review it properly, I feel like I need to talk about it because I think it got rave reviews for the sake of it. Logan, the Hugh Jackman's departure from the character of Wolverine. I managed to sit down and really absorb that film the other day. And I really do stand by my original prognosis. I kind of go, it's okay, I guess. To be perfectly honest with regards to the story, they kind of revel in the opportunity to be able to swear and go nuts with the adult source material without it really having any meaning. I mean, the fight scenes, for instance, where they're just needlessly gritty, I thought were just a bit over the top in terms of really stressing the point that this is a broken down Logan who, you know, isn't his former glory, but then it kind of negates the whole previous incarnations of the X-Men where we built these guys up to be superheroes. And this over-familiarization with trying to overly humanize our superheroes these days has led to this kind of genre of, well, we can't have men like Superman wandering around because they're not relatable. Well, they're not supposed to be. They're superheroes. Wolverine without a healing factor isn't really Wolverine when you break it down. His character is what it is, sure, but you need to see a drama about a guy who's drunk, fallen on bad times, seeks redemption from you know, a younger person or a child or a sibling or a brother or a sister or another relation. There's millions of films that do that and better without so much gratuitous use of swearing and such. So why does Logan get the credentials it does just because it happens to be a superhero film? I don't know. In terms of the other casting, it's weird seeing Patrick Stewart drop so many F-bombs without it being on Family Guy, which again is kind of jarring, but at the same time there's a warmth to his performance that you can't ignore. The child in it is surprisingly aggressive, which is...
No. No. Move! Go!
Is a good thing, I guess. The villain is oddly forgettable, and obviously the main, spoiler alert, the main villain of the piece bringing out you know, a clone of Wolverine itself it could have been interesting if they'd have just played on a different dynamic. The fights themselves between Old Man Logan and the Wolverine X-24 or whatever he's called, they just lack a sense of impact or theme to the fight, which really sets fights apart from others in films when there's a cool scene or a moment or something to that description that really sets it apart. Tonally as well, I thought it was odd the way that they're on the run, they get caught up with this family because they fall asleep and hit this lorry and it hits into this truck and they have to calm the horses and Xavier saves the horses and it's just odd how they have this in the middle of the film when they know how odd it was in Wolverine Origins, him stopping randomly for a family who then get murdered in the middle of the film for no apparent reason and then get no redemption afterwards. Just complete afterthought. Just a weird thing that they've put in these two Wolverine films that are somehow so worlds apart in terms of Logan was amazing, Wolverine Origins was shit. And while I agree that Wolverine Origins was shockingly bad, Logan... I thought it was a bit boring overall. The character arc I get as Logan having been redeemed at the end and saying this is what it feels like is a great moment, don't get me wrong. But if people are trying to draw comparisons between this and some kind of great dramatic piece, I just don't see it. It just didn't resonate that deeply with me to say that that was an amazing film and it blew me away. So I stand by my original thesis of the film. Logan, it's all right. I'm even wearing the same stuff I was wearing for that review, so nice continuity, me, well done. As a rating, 7, I'll be generous. In terms of like the way it's filmed and things like that, it's serviceable, the acting is decent considering, The effects are pretty good. Like I say, the graphics in terms of the core and stuff, it's jarring and it certainly grabs your attention, don't get me wrong, but it's just, it loses its effect after the first couple of times, let's put it that way. The first time you get someone shanked through the head, it's like, whoa, that's right, they're not messing around. But then after the 7th or 8th time, it's like, okay, cool, but now let's do something else, shall we? Let's do something cool. Wolverine, you know, just because he's old and because his healing factor's gone doesn't mean he automatically forgot how to use, you know, the fighting skills he spent 200 years honing and mastering. But nevertheless, it's okay. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Halcyon Blink. Please like, share and subscribe. If you haven't already done so, please check out the content creators in the description below. They're chucking out great content that is worthy of your time and appreciation, not including this channel. I was going to big myself up there, but I'm not going to now. So, oh well, maybe in the next video, who knows. But thanks very much for watching again. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Maybe, sort of, yes, definitely.